Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Smeraglia Unleashed again.
Welcome.
We're unleashed once again.
Once again, they've let us out.
I know. I'm always like, okay, we're unleashed. That means we can say and do whatever we want today, right? And I love it. It's podcast day.
That's right. Welcome.
So I am Sherry Smeraglia. I'm the founder and CEO of Smeraglia Enterprises and Teddy Bear Golden Doodles, Schnoodles, and Twoodles. How you like that for a title?
I like it. I want to see it on a business card.
Yes, it would
It's a big
be a
one.
long one. Right.
Be an index card.
And who might you be?
And I am Meredith. I am the manager here at Smeraglia's Teddy Bear Golden Doodles, Tweedles, and Schnoodles.
There you go. You got it. You got it. She's my right-hand person.
Yes.
Manager here at Smeraglia for many, many years now. But you wear lots of hats.
Lots of hats, not just that. Yeah, I get to do creative stuff as well. And of course, always interact with dogs and clients and employees, and it's a lot of fun for me.
So where do we interact the most with them? We got to tell them how to stay connected with us today.
Oh, that's right. So we do want you guys to stay super connected with us because we share lots of things from a business standpoint, but also a personal standpoint. And it's very community oriented, and we love to stay connected. So, of course, like and subscribe here so that you don't miss us Unleashed every week.
Yeah.
You never know where we're going to go.
We're going to unleash ourselves all over the social media world, and it's different everywhere.
It is. Yeah, so we are not the same on all platforms, which is good. To me, that keeps it very interesting. But here, the podcast, it is a very different feel and style, but we want you to like, subscribe, and we would love for you to join as well. That way you get even more exclusive content and the ability to interact live with us. We have the guys there ready to answer questions, communicate back and forth. It's a fun way to do that. Yeah. But also follow our Facebook page, which everything is listed there, but it's at Smeraglia Farm. Follow us on Instagram at Teddy Bear Golden Doodles. And if you like the TikTok kind of side of things, follow us there just for a little bit of fun and funny stuff.
That one right there is the one they're trying to reel me into, getting into the reels, the TikTok. I like reels on Instagram. Getting into the TikTok world's a whole nother world, but it's fun. I enjoy it.
It's a different outlet.
Speaking of unleashed, yesterday I was unleashed by myself, running around with my iPhone at the Chapel Barn.
I saw that. You were.
I was going.
You were wild.
I was like on my own. I was going live, but this time of the year, the holiday season, it's just so invigorating to me. And seeing the joy of all the clients. And yesterday, the busier it gets, the more I get, hyped
excited.
I just get that adrenaline going. And there were puppies going home and pickups. And the greatest thing for me was seeing like people coming in with their older dogs, like a 7-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and they were all getting like little sisters and little brothers.
Aww.
And that was so sweet. I really enjoyed it. So I went live with them. Then I went live with the visit. And then I went back live again because we needed to see, I think it was Coco meet Dixie.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, I just got to keep going live. But I think that you guys love it. Y'all are all involved and watching and asking questions afterwards. I'm like, well, if they like it, I'm doing it.
You're going again. Yeah, every time I looked up, Sherry was live again. And that's where you do want to follow us on Facebook because typically that's where you're live.
Yes.
Sometimes we're on Instagram as well, live. But that's where you're going to find her going rogue and doing her own thing. But it's always showing you something really sweet that's going on here at the farm or gotcha days or just something that she wants to share. And it's really interesting, but this time of year does make you feel more, I don't know, excited. Everything, there's just a different excitement in the air. There's a little bit of, we actually had a little bit of cool weather.
We actually had a season, and we typically don't have seasons. And so we had some seasons. So that also kind of inspires us.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel like summer. It's typically hot or cold here.
True. And when we get that little bit of cool weather and you can smell like the fires burning in the background, people burning wood or whatever it is, it just puts you in such a sweet state of mind, I think.
Yes, and I just think, the holidays and puppies, that's just the greatest combination. So for me, getting to see everybody out of school, people coming in this week, they're having their puppies, ready for Thanksgiving. And I love that. They're getting ahead of it. It's like, I don't even want to wait till Christmas. I want to do it for Thanksgiving.
I actually think that's very wise
Yes, I do
on the
too.
clients that are coming now you're still going to have like that first Christmas moment, the first
Yeah.
Thanksgiving with your pet, but getting a little bit of a routine established before the holidays, especially if you have family coming in and the hectic part of that, but you
Yeah.
get to spend it with your new puppy. I think that's very, very smart.
So, and so many great pictures. So I just love it. So we're today gonna just talk about the nostalgia of Thanksgiving, and we're gonna walk down memory lane a little
Yeah.
bit. And we want to invite y'all into our conversation because we want you to learn more about us. It's not always about the business or about the puppies, but just getting to know who we are, because I love to be transparent with you guys. I love when clients come in, like yesterday, numerous times people would say, I feel like I know you, and I just want to give you a hug. There were lots of hugs yesterday from people that I, haven't maybe seen in many, many years, 12 years or more, but then people I've never met at all, but they feel like family.
Yeah.
And they feel like we're their family. And of course we're family. When you have one of our puppies, you become part of our family. The Smeraglia family is bigger than just my kids and my relatives and Meredith's relatives, but it's also our staff, and it's also our pet family, our doodle parents and their family. And so I love that part about it. And the relationships are very real and they're very deep.
They are. The dogs have made our family quite large.
It's a very big family, and we have a very big family reunion for doodle romps when we have that, and that feels like the same thing. I wish we could have everybody over for Thanksgiving dinner. Wouldn't that be fun?
Wouldn't that be interesting?
A big Thanksgiving doodle romp. Well, we
You've
normally
seen
do it in November.
Who is it that does that? The longest Thanksgiving table. Have you seen that? Do y'all know what I'm
No.
talking about?
I have not.
And I think every year they just add to it, but it's all family style. So it's just one long table, and they just keep going and going and going as they add. And I'm like, we could do that, and we'd have
to shut Farmers
go down
Lane
the
off, and then we
Beach
could do it all
Express.
down it. That would be so much fun. Could you imagine?
I would love to try that one time.
We should do that.
Maybe like before Thanksgiving
Yeah.
or something, when people
Yeah.
could actually come, but see how long our table would have to be.
Mine would be very long. I would, but I love that. I love it. So let's just think about Thanksgiving. Okay, so when I was thinking about this, and I was thinking how, when I was little girl and everything, and Thanksgiving, everything changes. And when I was a young, little girl, we had a pretty small Thanksgiving. It was mom and dad. I had one sister, and then my granny and pawpaw, and then they had, actually my grandmother had a baby, so he was born in October of 60, and I was born in September of 60. No, he was born in 61, and I was born in 62.
Wow.
So we are 11 months apart. So I have this Uncle Randall that is actually like my brother.
Yeah.
But he lived with Granny and Pawpaw, and so it was mom and dad and me, and then Angie came along. So we were a very small family, and we always did Thanksgiving at their house, Granny's house. And I was thinking, one thing I wish that I had written down was how to make her chicken and dumplings.
Aw, nobody had it.
Well, Granny didn't go by recipes,
Yeah.
and I was too young when she
Yeah.
was doing that to really care about things like that. But now the kind of things that you wish you had. So people, I'm telling you, if there are
Yes.
recipes in the family that you are in love with, that they make Thanksgiving for you, get the recipe this Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Like I used to, when I got married, I got a recipe box, and I still have it. I had a country kitchen back then, and it had my my colors in my first kitchen were peach and green. It was kind of that
I
Laura
thought you were going to say that mauve and
Ashley.
blue. That was such a
I went
thing.
into mauve
Mauve
and
and
blue
blue after
later.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I was peach and green first. But so my little recipe box has a little piggy on it. And it's like country. You would get them from craft shows.
Yeah,
Remember those old craft
yeah.
shows? And it still got recipes in it from back in the day.
Oh, you still have it?
I do. I have it. I found it the other day. I've just kind of moved it around, and it was always up in a top cabinet. And I pulled it down and looked at it and thought, "Wow, look at this!"
How cool.
But Granny's chicken and dumplings are not in it. But Mom's potato salad, that one was one I had to master. And so I had Mom teaching me how to make that about a few years ago. I don't know if you remember seeing me on Facebook with a big old thing.
I do.
A
I
potato
sure do.
salad. And I was
Yeah.
proud. I mean, I bet I did the whole 5 pounds bag of it and like a dozen eggs. But
So is she like was it like the traditional potato salad or like the yellow and is it
It's potatoes. It's, like the eggs. It's the mustard, some
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
got the
the tradition.
pickles. Yeah, just like that. And so Judge is like, nobody can make potato salad better than Mimi. And I thought, okay, I'm fixing to
Like, I
master
gotta do
this
it.
one. And I made it and said, hey, we got potato salad. And he said, oh, your mom made it. And I was like, he thought it was Mom's.
Oh, cool.
I was really proud of that.
That's one of those sides that people get very protective over
know.
because there's so many styles of potato salad, and some people think you can only have it, like the traditional, the yellow, and then some only want what's the other one called? It's
like that German one that's kind of mustardy.
there's the mustard one, and then is there like the New York style or
I don't know.
I don't
what they're
know,
called,
but
the
you know,
red
some
potato
are-
ones that have
yes,
the skins on
yes.
them and all that. I mean, what's your favorite?
Some are
Y'all
like
send it in the
ranch
chat.
based, some are
Yeah.
mustard based. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'd love to know what your favorite potato salad is. That's a big deal. Okay, we should have a potato salad cook-off.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. But how were your first Thanksgiving? So, what's your first memory of Thanksgiving?
So ours were always kind of big because we would always go to Mama and Papa's house.
Okay.
All the family would come over there. So I remember them just it felt like we had the most food in the world.
And you wonder why? Why do
There
we
was
do
just
that? Have you ever
food
thought-
everywhere on every countertop and table and ledge. There were just casseroles after casseroles.
I love that.
So it was always really big. But like you said, as the years go on, it changes and everybody's family dynamic changes and
do.
it splits off. And so then it became more of just our family instead of everybody trying to get together. But the traditions kind of remained the same and the
Yeah.
feeling felt the same, but it was just fewer people as years went on.
So back in the day when you were like a little girl, what was your favorite food, or what was your favorite thing about Thanksgiving?
I don't remember paying a whole lot of attention to the
Yeah,
food as
yeah.
a little girl, but just being, because my family was so big. I think on one side there were 17 cousins. So that's
Wow.
what was so fun. We were so close.
Your family is a close family.
And so getting together with all the cousins, being at Mama and Papa's house, and everybody
now,
eating.
what side of
and
the family is this?
that was my mom's. I also have about the same amount of cousins on my
Okay.
dad's side.
Wow.
But they were younger. We're the oldest cousins on that side. So they were always
So
younger.
your parents had the first grandchildren. Okay.
On my dad's side. But
Okay.
on Mom's side, where we always went, we were the youngest.
Oh.
So it was very cool for us to be with our cousins, and some of them were older, and they were so much fun.
cool.
And
Yeah.
we just always had the best time. But we did the full tradition on Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving lasted. What I loved about it was it lasted beyond the meal.
It was all day.
Thanksgiving was an entire day, and it was on into the next morning.
Yeah.
My aunts and cousins, we would all go do the ridiculous get up at the
gosh.
crack of dawn, meet at Cracker Barrel, then go shopping, try to get your doorbuster sale in.
So Cracker Barrel opens at the crack of dawn?
So they would open super early on Black Friday.
Okay. I did not know that.
Because
Interesting.
that's where we would always start. And then I remember just going, I think they would hand out, maybe you would remember this, either it was Gafers, I guess it was Gafers at the time, they would hand out chocolate bars, and you would open it up to see what your doorbuster
the
deal
doorbuster
was.
deal. I remember that. I actually, as a teenager and young adult, worked at
Yeah.
Gayfers. So, yeah, those were not fun days for me when I was working at.
No, when you're in retail, it's
But
awful.
you know, one of the things as once I got married, marriage and kids growing up, that does change things.
Yeah.
And so when I got married, and then Randall got married, and then Angie later on, but it was more when I first got married. Then I was torn. It was like,
Yeah,
now I
that's
had
hard.
his family, and they were so much fun, but they liked to do it earlier in the day. Miss Smeraglia was like 12 o'clock. So then we started to go at 12 o'clock, hang out there till like 2:33, and then drive out to Mom's and then be there for the evening. And I'm always pulling for the afternoon hour. You know why?
For your
I like
family.
the afternoon hour because that's where you camp out and stay the longest.
That's true.
I never want to be that one in the middle of the day because that one, they're on a time schedule.
Oh, we gotta go, we gotta eat, we gotta go.
And I'm not going to eat much and do that. Mom,
Yeah.
like,
I don't want that one.
But I mean, it was what Miss Smeraglia wanted to do, so we didn't really have a choice. But but one of the things I loved over there was getting the newspaper. Remember, the newspaper would come. It would be this thick.
Oh yeah, with all the toys
Yes,
and
and
stuff
the
in it, and the
ads
ads,
and everything. And we would sit around after dinner and we would start looking at her house. We would start looking at all the sale ads.
Yeah.
And I know the catalogs would come out
Yeah,
too,
the
like in
Sears,
October, Sears and all that. But that newspaper that came out, I think maybe it was Wednesday, but I'm thinking it was Thanksgiving Day newspaper.
to tell you where all the sales
Yeah,
were.
and so all us girls, it would be Miss Smeraglia, myself, my sister-in-law Rhonda, and my other sister-in-law Kim. We would sit around and we would read all the ads and we would pass some. And we were like, oh, we need to be here at this time. Oh, look, we need to be here at this time. And we would figure it all
I
out.
love it. You mapped out your
Yeah, and
shopping
we would just sit and do that. So that was our big thing. And then I'd go out to Mom's, and then we'd hang out, bathe the kids, do everything out there. And then we'd come home, and then I would sneak out at the break of dawn, whenever it was.
I know, it felt like it was
And
so,
I would
so
take,
early.
like, as my kids got older, I would start taking Lauren and Jacob, not the babies, but
Yeah.
the older ones,
As I got older, like I remember enjoying going because I've always been such an early riser.
Yeah.
But then as I got older, I realized I hated that. I hated Black Friday shopping.
It was
I
crazy.
never went like once I got into my 20s, probably even late teens, I was like, that is not fun.
Yeah.
Fighting all those people.
Oh,
and
my kids
the
thought it
crowds.
was
But some
great.
people, it gives them life. They're like, this
Yeah.
is game day for me.
And I know people that would just talk about all the great deals, and I was like, I'd rather pay
Yeah.
more than have to deal with some of that drama.
Like, just get it later.
Another thing, before we moved from, before I was married, I was thinking about something else. When it was Granny and Papa, me and Randall and Angie and Mom and Dad, our small group, so, Thanksgiving Day, I always went to the movies in the afternoon.
That seems to be a huge family tradition for a lot of people.
Because I remember Star Wars
Uh-huh.
came out on Thanksgiving Day,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd be having lunch and we'd eat early,
Mm-hmm.
and then once Randall got his driver's license, we'd be like, "Can we go to see the movie?" And Mom would let Randall drive me and Angie.
Mm-hmm.
We thought we were so cool then when we did that, but
Yeah.
then we started going for the years between. Once he got his license until I started having boyfriends and bring
Yeah.
them over and then dating and get married, we would do that.
Oh, I think, and tell me if this is wrong, but I think on Thanksgiving, everything would stay closed all day. I
Yes.
think you could go to the movies at night, and that's why that was
Yeah.
such a big
Right.
tradition for a lot of people. And then you would gear up and get ready for that early shopping.
Yeah.
But now, and I think this is something that is actually taken away from the traditions
Yeah.
today, everything opens up like half day on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
So
they
everybody's
should-
like,
they
okay,
should be
eat and go
closed.
shopping.
They should stay closed.
Yeah.
I don't like that things have to change. They're all trying to one up the other
Mm-hmm.
store. They're starting to do Black Friday on Monday.
Yeah.
And they're messing up our traditions, people.
I know. And stay home and be with the family. And you can't
Just-
go shopping. Nothing is open.
Just shut the stores. Y'all stay
They
home
can't resist.
and give thanks.
I know. So I hate that part of it, that's so different. And everybody is just, oh, okay, well, I know it's open and somebody's going to get it before me, so I got to go. And that just keeps that
Yeah.
urgency or that feeling of like,
And
oh,
it's
we're missing
stealing.
out.
It is. It's taken away from the true point of Thanksgiving, and that is to be with your family and be with them. And as far as that goes, have you guys ever watched the Macy Day Parade? Is that like a big deal? Have you ever been?
I've never been, but that was always
I
on.
always turn it on.
What I liked was getting up, and this is more when I could remember doing it when I lived on my own and, getting ready to take my dish over or whatever. Always making cinnamon rolls first thing in the morning and had the fireplace going and the parade on. That was always something knowing you're about to stuff your face, but something about having the cinnamon roll.
That was always, it still is. I have to turn that on, and I want it playing.
You may not even watch it. You can just hear
it's just
it.
like the parade is on. But if you guys, that live around New York City, I mean, I could imagine if that was part of your tradition to go to that and then go home and have Thanksgiving, that would be a cool
That would
tradition.
be.
If I lived there, I would want to do that eventually, at least once.
It's pretty impressive just to watch.
Those
Once you sit
big
and watch,
old
I know.
balloons, and you think about them. I mean, they're just kind of goofy, you know.
is.
They're giant balloons going down the street, But we love it. We love it. So that is a fun thing.
And we love it because that is probably one of the oldest Thanksgiving traditions. I mean, that parade's been going on for I don't know how long, but
I don't know.
it's been a staple in so many people's homes
As far
on
as I can
Thanksgiving
remember
morning.
back.
Yeah. So forever. And I remember they will post pictures from, some of the first parades, and it looks so old, and the floats at the time were so much tinier.
I'd like to go back and take a peek at that. I might look back. I'm going to make a point to do that.
Do you know when it is?
1924.
1924.
Wow. It's about the time Mickey Mouse came alive.
That's crazy. I wonder what they said. Let's do a parade, but let's do giant balloons down the. How did that all come to be?
It is a good question. We need to do our homework on that.
No, that's really cool. Though.
Yeah, if y'all find out, let us know, guys. But then it's also, what comes first, the turkey or the Christmas tree?
Ooh.
I know. I mean, so many times, all of our life growing up, there was never a Christmas tree on Thanksgiving
Me
Day.
either. Me either.
I mean, I don't ever remember that.
But I swear to you, there was more time between Thanksgiving and Christmas many years ago. I swear it seems so much longer than it does
did.
now. And it's like you had time to enjoy that season, and then you go get your Christmas tree, and then you enjoy Christmas season. They are right on the tail end of each other.
Right. It's like, okay, Halloween, October 31st. Okay, that was our, world. And then November 1st, it was Thanksgiving to whatever Thursday date it was. Then it was like the day after you put up your tree. That was the earliest Mama would let us do it. And I never thought about it. And even when I got married, I would never have broken that rule.
That's a hard and
what?
fast rule.
It was an unspoken
Yeah,
rule.
it's like, this is what you do. And we did too. That's what we did.
And then all of a sudden, the world starts changing and Christmas starts moving into Thanksgiving. And then you don't know what to do. It's like a conflict of interest here. I mean, I'm like, what in the world?
Unfortunately, I think it's the same concept of like the retail stores opening up.
Yeah.
It's that, we've got to be better than everybody else. So we got to get to it first.
Yeah.
We've got to. So with Christmas, you used to put up a tree, and it was probably very minimal decorations. Nobody was out to win any prizes on their Christmas
No.
decor. It was just fun.
Yeah.
Your kids could throw tinsel up there if they wanted to.
There was
You
no
could-
Instagram.
There was no matching.
Post.
But
no.
now it's like, I've got to get I'm that way. I'm guilty. I'm totally guilty of that. I have in the past, only one time, had my Christmas tree up on Halloween night. But in fairness, it was because I was sick and I had nothing else to do. And I couldn't do anything for Halloween except stay home and put up my Christmas tree.
Okay. We'll
But
give
now
you
it does go up after Halloween.
Yeah, she had hers up before anybody else I know, even this year. I mean, she was up. You know, she always has an excuse. Yeah. She always has an excuse. This time she was having a surgery, so she had to do it.
To look at.
And she needed it. And I get that. I get that. But, you know, Thanksgiving is such an important day. And,
yes, it is.
And the whole thing about Thanksgiving is to give thanks, to take some time and really think about, before we go into the hustle and bustle of the Christmas season and get caught up in all of that frenzy, takes that time. And really, I want us to, like, all of us, me, I'm talking to me, I'm preaching to the choir right now. I want to really, like, just enjoy it. You know, as you get older and people in your family, they're passed on and they're not here anymore, it makes you want to look around the people that you have and the people that's in your life and really make the memories while you have them, and just maybe say the things that you should say, maybe that you think. Maybe we need to make an extra point to just be thankful.
Yeah.
And just take a minute and breathe and look around at everything that you have to be thankful for. And there's probably many of you and in my family and within our work staff that are struggling and going through some hard times right now. But you can always find something to look at and be thankful for.
I agree. And I think Thanksgiving is so unique that it sets itself up for those kind of moments with your family or friends or whoever it is that's close to you, because it doesn't have the pressure of getting all the gifts and buying all the things and having
It's just the food.
It's just the food, which is such a community event for people to sit around and eat.
We all love to eat.
We love to do that.
And cook.
But it just says, hey, get together, enjoy some food, but enjoy each other, enjoy the memories, enjoy the company. And I think that's why Thanksgiving is a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah, it really is. And I love, I am so conflicted with the Christmas decorations and the Thanksgiving decorations, because I love Thanksgiving decorations. I love the turkey. I love the fall vibes. You know, we wear the fall colors until Thanksgiving Day. Like, I don't want to wear red or green or anything. And my turkeys, I have to get my turkeys in as much as I can. Don't you love my little turkeys?
I love your turkeys.
I love them. I actually had a pair for you, and I forgot to give them to you.
Dang it.
But when we finish today, we have actually another tradition that we do, and that is staff lunch. And we do that usually like the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and we're doing that. Dana's over there setting up right now. And we're thankful for our staff, and they are, you know, you do life with your staff, so it's more of our Friendsgiving or our staff giving.
How fun!
So we're doing that today. So you can get the turkeys
I
for
need
that.
turkeys hanging from my ear.
We will have 2 turkeys, and that is so much fun. And just taking a minute and being thankful and paying attention. But what I was saying was, I love the decorations. But now, you know, Dana works with me and helps me do all the decor. But to decorate everything within our company and within our home, there's no way she could start the day after Thanksgiving and have it done. So literally, I mean, she even said, I might have to start in October. I would say, that's a hard rule. No, but November, anytime in November. So we start at the estate, we go to prep school, then we kind of work around. And I'm like, put my house last because I need some turkeys for Thanksgiving. So I do not have a tree in my house. Now, I might, when I get through with this podcast, have a tree.
It might be there.
I think Dana said, I'm going to probably work on your tree and start pulling out everything on Wednesday, but I am totally fine to wait till afterwards.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and it can be done. Now, your situation is a little bit different because your business and your home is all in the same place, but So I host Thanksgiving now, and I've done it the last several years.
Yeah.
And I always have my tree up for when people come over at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But I still have everything decorated, like the tables and decorated for
Giving thanks.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But it also adds just that sweet ambiance of the holiday and seeing the tree in the background. And I may not go full Christmas until after, but it's there. And they like that too. So you can kind of have
It's become part of your tradition.
Yeah. You can kind of have best of both worlds.
Yeah, so now that, Mom and Dad moved out here on the farm. When my dad retired, I was expecting Natalie, so they've been out here for quite a while, so they were here. And then I had 5 kids, and, before they were married, it would just became, this is the family celebration for Christmas, Thanksgiving. But of course, whenever Jacob got married, you have they have another family. And so we were like trying to figure out, but her mom really likes lunch, so it works for me. Lunch works. And so they're doing that again this year. And then they're going to come out here. But last year we kind of found ourselves in a dilemma.
Yeah,
remember?
you did have a little dilemma.
So Jacob and Danielle had their first new home, here, and they were so excited, and they wanted to do Thanksgiving there. And I didn't realize why traditions were so important until somebody wanted to break them. And they were like, hey, let's do Thanksgiving at our house and we'll do it. And I'm just like, sure. I think that'll be fine. And my grandkids are there. We had 2 then. And I was like, that'll be fine. Honey, it was not fine.
It was not fun.
It was not fine with my husband. It wasn't fine with Lauren. It became a text message thing. It was like, Mom, no, we wake up on Thanksgiving. We watch the parade. We start cooking together, and Dad fries turkeys, and we have to fry all the turkeys, and that's part of our tradition, frying turkeys. And then Pawpaw's out there frying turkeys with Dad, and with Dad, their dad, and my dad and their dad, and they love it. And Mr. Billy, who is our friends, they live on the property, and so if they're in town, they're frying turkeys together, and they have the sacrificial turkey, which everybody picks on throughout the day, and things are happening, and it was like, we will not do this. I was so brokenhearted. I'm like, oh my gosh, well, they were going to host it and do it over there. And I finally had to say, this is not going down well. We can't do this. So you guys hosted at your house for lunch in the middle of the day and then come over here for the evening.
Yeah.
They ended up doing that after all, but they didn't realize their tradition because they had been in Orlando for many of the years and their first part of their marriage, and then came back. So we realized traditions are important.
Yeah, it matters.
Yeah.
Even when you don't realize it matters or people are paying attention, it does. And you don't want to break that too soon. There's a time and a season, but that wasn't theirs yet.
Judge said, as long as I'm alive, Thanksgiving's at my house.
That's right.
He became the godfather.
Yeah.
He was like laying down the law, and I'm like, okay, didn't know this.
We know. Well,
wow.
there was no discussion of it this year, so
nobody's talking about it this year. But the kids love it. They're like, Gigi, I can't wait to come to Thanksgiving. And last year I was like, Arlo, you might not be coming. He was like, well, why? It was the sweetest thing. I'll never forget. His eyes got real big. He said, but Thanksgiving's about family. Aww. And if the family's not together, then it's not really Thanksgiving, right? And I was like,
oh my gosh.
You nailed it.
Yeah,
kid.
exactly.
And I was like, we will be together, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
And if we have to break the rules, we will break the rules to be together.
Absolutely.
But we didn't have to break the rules.
Yeah. No, we got it. We got it settled.
So now Thanksgiving's at your house.
Yes.
And you have a similar dynamic. Dad's moved on property like my parents.
Yes. So I actually had taken on the role. So after we did the whole, went to Mama and Papa's for years, and with all the family and the cousins, then all the cousins got married, had their own families. So, that whole everybody, do their own thing. Well, then it was at Mom and Dad's house for many, many years after that. And that was its own
That was your
sweets. That was
tradition.
the tradition. You go to mom and dad's. It just smells so good. Dad's in, mom's making everything. Dad's in there making little mimosas, and it just had its own traditions. And then when mom passed away a few years ago, I felt like, okay, the dynamic of having that home or that person to go to every year for the kids, I was like, it needs to be me. I need to step into that role, not the role of my mom,
Right.
but to have a place that is building those memories for the kids. And it's a place that they go. We go out to the farm on Mino's farm for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we make those memories. So that's why it was so important for me to kind of start a new tradition at my house, because it's going to feel different than any of them being at their house. Does that make sense?
Yes, you want the kids, all the kids, to leave their home and go somewhere that's fun.
Because that's what we did, and that's what was so important.
I
But now
love
that they
that.
don't have their grandmother, then I'm not trying to be their grandmother, but trying to establish that
New
Yeah,
traditions.
exactly.
And so how many years have you done this?
So this will be the third.
Okay, and the first one was like big. You had
Huge,
everybody.
yeah.
I remember all the photos.
Huge, yes. But this year, I'm really looking forward to it because it's more our family, just our
Your
family,
brother,
with a few
your
a few
brother and
extras.
sister and their
The kids, dad, aunt and uncle, a couple of, aunts and uncles as well that typically are always there
Right.
too, but it's not everybody. And so
It's
can
whoever
be
needs a place to go in the
Sure,
family.
yeah.
You're opening up
Yeah.
your home, but
Yeah.
you start seeing them like that's what happened before when Miss Smeraglia got to the point where she couldn't handle it. She didn't have a home anymore. She moved in with Judge's sister for the last years of her life, so she didn't have the family home that they grew up in. And so that's when the baton passed to Judge, and he got it, and he will not let go
Yeah.
of it.
He said it's mine.
And it's funny because where will it go next? But see, the thing is, we have the home here where the kids, that we built in 1993, where the kids were raised, and it's the family home. And we built the business around it. It's just a fortress. It's built right around the home. But then when the estate property came available in 2014, we bought that, and we didn't even, that wasn't part of the plan. But Judge was always like, we can't ever move because we built our business here. So when that came available, I was like, well, we're not moving, but we actually needed more space.
Yeah.
We needed a bigger place. And so when we bought that property and then we renovated that, it became what we called the Smeraglia family estate home. And we call it the estate, but we have that set up so we can do all of our Thanksgivings, all of our Christmases, big parties, big events. So we've got the best of both worlds. We've got the intimate, more family home
Yeah.
for all the memories. But now we're making new memories
Yeah.
at the estate.
Yeah.
But even this year, we go back and forth, like, where are we going to do Thanksgiving? Because over there, it is beautiful outside. Here at my house, because the employees and the dogs and the runs and all the work buildings and facilities are actually right around the house, we don't have the privacy here.
Right.
But up there, we do. And so I like it up there if we're going to go outside. But if we have to go inside, if it rains, I have more space. So it's like, is it going to rain? Where are we going to eat? Because I can host more people in my living room. I can do like 24 to 30 people here. And I can't really seat people that many inside there because it's more to facilitate outside.
Yeah. It's good to have a bonus house to
Yeah, I got an extra.
change up your party scene.
But that's the doodle house. That's the
Yeah.
home. That's where all you guys know. It's Gotcha Day place. And it's just very peaceful. It's like my southern sanctuary. But right now, it is full-blown Hallmark Channel Christmas vibe. So
It is. It's beautiful too.
it's not really got a Thanksgiving vibe. Now, outside, if we decorate outside, we were going to make a beautiful long table, like you said, and have the outdoor fire. So outside can be totally Thanksgiving. The minute you walk inside, there's
It's holly jolly all the way.
no turkeys in there. So, Judge, of course, you know what Judge wants to do. He is dead set in his ways. He is like,
He did say last night, it's going to be here.
I was here, but he, passing the baton is here, but it's still on the property, so he can kind of let it go. But if it rains at one drop, we're doing it here, and that's okay. It's okay. So that's new traditions though for us that we're making, and I love that.
And it's so important. Like, I think you started out saying that some people maybe don't have the best memories or traditions but it's so important to not let, I think, maybe the negative memories of the past
True.
affect what potential positive memories of
Absolutely.
the future. And when you choose not to make those memories out of a place of hurt or maybe even emotion you just don't want to face or think about again because it's surrounded by, it wasn't a good time in your life or it wasn't good memories growing up. You can kind of break that tradition of negativity or hurt or heartbreak and turn it around to something that is good and something that comes.
Right.
It doesn't have to continue on. That doesn't always have to be your tradition.
That's true.
And I've just seen through every season that we go through, a holiday season, you'll see people post or you'll have conversation with someone, oh, I hate this time of year, or oh, I just don't, it was awful, you don't understand, I don't have a loving family, or we didn't have a good time. Okay, and that's something that you do need to grieve and mourn and feel those emotions, but then don't stay there. Don't rob yourself and the people around you. Like, say you had that experience and you have such a big family. Look at how many people you're robbing of such precious,
that
wonderful
love you,
memories.
That want to be with you now in the present, in the here and now. And that's what you've got to do. You got to be thankful for who you have now, the life that you have now. And you know what? If you don't like it, you can change it.
That's
the beauty of still being alive. You have a chance to change, and we need to remember that. But we'll also be compassionate and considerate of the people around you.
It doesn't mean that wasn't such a hard thing and it's a tough thing to overcome, and that you do associate seasons with memories. And but don't stay in the season of heartbreak or the season of lack or the season of, but that wasn't my story. Make it your story now.
Change the story.
Yeah, you flip the script.
You rewrite the final chapter, how it's supposed to be, how you want it to be. And that's a good thing. You have to do that. I am very thankful for, one thing, I just look around and every day, I look around and I'm like, God, I'm so thankful for the life, just for life. I'm thankful for another day. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my kids and my staff and, everything. I think that we have to give thanks, with a grateful heart. I mean, be thankful for the little things. Be thankful for the health that you have, that you are alive, be thankful. Sometimes I'm riding around at the estate and it's so pretty. And I'm like, God, I mean, thank you for this beautiful property. And of course, you work hard and you grow and you might have earned those things or purchased it, but you could only do it because you had a good mind and a strong body and things. And we don't want to take those things for granted. It's like, we need to be thankful. And the more thankful you are, it seems like the greater things become, like life gets better.
It does. Well, it changes your perspective and your outlook. And I think the best time to sit and reflect on what you're thankful for is when you are going through a tough season, or you are feeling like nothing's going right or in your favor, and you make yourself sit there and go, okay, I'm having a
That's
really crappy season, or this is awful, but I am thankful for, and it could be the most simple, thing in the world. I've got groceries in my refrigerator.
Right.
But if you make yourself just sit there and say it over and over again, all the things you are thankful for, your whole mindset,
Your perspective changes.
starts to change, and it's very hard to live in a state of depression or sadness when you are constantly giving thanks.
Well, your life tends to go in the direction that your mind dwells on.
Yep.
And so you have to remember good things. Meditate on what you, like she's saying, grateful things and the good things, and not the other way, because negativity tends to breed negativity and pull you into a bad place. But positivity and thankfulness takes you down a good path. And I want, us to end our talk today on thinking about those things that you're grateful for. Thankful, even for your pets, whatever pets you have, be thankful for them. Hey, they love you.
Yeah,
Right.
imitate them in the way that they look at life. They are so happy about a dog moan, a pet, a hello,
Somebody coming
a
home.
belly rub. They're
That's
just
right.
they live in a season of joy and thankfulness for you, and it's over nothing. But and they do help bring a lot of joy to families and to even individuals that maybe don't have families. So we're thankful for our pets too.
Yeah, I'm thankful for them. And hey, make a new tradition for them, give them something fun. Hey, we've got a recipe for you called the good gravy, and I'm actually going to make the good gravy, and London is going to have a great Thanksgiving
She'll
this
be
year.
thankful for that.
Yes, because we can put this recipe down in the chat later. But you got to be careful with your dogs, what you give them, and on Thanksgiving Day. But this is actually something that you can do. You can mix the broth. I think I'm going to use beef. I think I'm going to use beef because London loves beef. And then the 2 tablespoons of the cornstarch. That's safe for her. And kind of stir it up, bring it to a boil. And then once you do that, Dana was telling us, make a slurry. Make a slurry out of it. And you just kind of do it. And then you add the cornstarch and the broth, mix it and thicken it, and then let it cool. And I'm going to do that and let London feel like that she has, because London, now the boys, they'll eat anything, but London wants all the food. But y'all, be careful what you give your dogs. Here's a list about things that you can give your dog and things that you can't. The most things that you should not give your dogs. Be careful with some of these things, because they slipped Fletcher some of this turkey skins and drippings.
No, Fletcher slipped. Fletcher. He is so clever. We watched him do it. He is clever at walking by a table that's filled with casserole dishes, and that tongue, I swear, it's like 10 feet long. He gets what he wants, and he keeps on moving. No one ever even knew he was eating out of the same casserole dish that everybody else.
Be careful. Watch your dogs. If you need to crate them during Thanksgiving dinner to keep this from happening and them getting a hold of some of these things, take a look at it. Be very careful, because Fletcher literally exploded on Thanksgiving night.
Most of this will cause terrible
in his
diarrhea.
crate. Yeah, it was really bad. I literally had to take the crate and move it outside and get thank God I had help. But you don't want to deal with that. No. So just be really careful about the things that you allow them to have. And, have a great Thanksgiving. And you know what? If you need to, for their safety, put them in their crate, do it. It's better than them being exposed to all of these things.
Yes.
And eating the wrong things.
Yes.
But
let them enjoy it too. Yeah. You enjoy having your pets there and being part. They're just as much part of the family as everyone else, and they want to enjoy it.
All of mine are getting groomed on Wednesday,
Are
so
they?
they'll be fresh on Thanksgiving Day, and we can
Oh.
do family pictures with them. It'll be fun.
Oh, that is so
They've got to be
fun.
in the family
They
picture,
have
right?
to. They're part of the memory. When you look
That's right.
back and you're having nostalgic moments with your family, looking at old photos, you want to see which dog was in your life at that time as well. It's important that they make all the family photos.
And y'all, put that sweater on them. Fletcher is wearing his teddy bear sweater for Thanksgiving. Hopefully it's been cold. It will be cold on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to wear his sweater and put their bows on them and, make them look cute.
I love it. And I love that we get to share all of that with you guys.
Yes.
And y'all can share that with us. And we do want to always encourage you, and we want you to walk away feeling like you do have a reason to smile, and that you've shared your time with us and it's been good content. And,
That's
and we
right.
do want you to know that there is always something to be thankful for. There's always a new day to start a new tradition. And remember, it's just so much more about your loved ones and the people around you, and not just you, but make those memories for everyone else, because it's
That's
so
right.
important. We've realized in talking about, as the guys prepared us for this podcast, and we've been talking about and thinking about traditions, it's made us realize how important and how impactful those times, those moments. And it could be something as simple as a smell.
That's true.
A smell in a home or something like that just brings you right
That's
back.
why them pumpkin spice candles
It's
and all that
important.
so
Or that same ingredient or that
Right.
gravy or that whatever it is, it'll take you right back to those traditions and those moments, and that is invaluable.
That is, and we are so thankful for you guys. I know you follow us on so many different platforms. We are thankful for you. We love the family dynamic that we have with all of our followers and everybody on every different platform that we get to see you guys, even in person. We are so thankful for you. So you guys have a happy, happy Thanksgiving. Go get your groceries and make memories, and make sure that your batteries are charged and everything's ready. I've even got my backup battery for Thanksgiving because I've got to get all the pictures. So, and post your pictures all over social media so we can like them and share them and
Yeah.
tag us, because we want to see your Thanksgiving holiday pictures.
Yep. Make it great this year. And you guys, we are very thankful for y'all. And we are here should you guys need us.
That's right. So you have a great day. We'll
Happy
see you next
Thanksgiving.
week. Bye.
Bye.